Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, everything on this table is on my 2024 Aniioki dual motor bike. All this is going to be going on to a 2025 Aniioki dual motor bike. As soon as I get it. I don't have it yet. I've just got everything ready. So I figured I would do a walk around on this bike to show you all this installed already. Then as soon as I get the bike, I will start doing all the different videos for you. A couple of things I wanted to go over with you on this before we go on to the walk around. One, this is probably the most important thing I've put on this bike. This is a jump box for a car. It's got all the charging ports for USB, micro USB, and I believe micro USB-C. This side has 12 volt for the jumper cables. I don't use it for jumper cables. I use it for 12 volt motorcycle horns. So I'll show you that later. The other thing I wanted to show you is full fender. Some of these bikes come with a half a fender. The bike stays muddy. You can avoid it. I think you know. You avoid this stuff. It's still on it. So this really blocks a lot of the dirt and mud, whatever you go through, from the bottom of the bike. So I just wanted to point that out. And this is basically how the bike is going to start off. The dashboard. It's going to be, this is where they're all a little bit different. I have 3 of these bikes and they're all built the same exact way. The wife and I do some 60, 70 mile rides. So I mean, believe it or not, we use everything on this bike. People say, how do you use all that? I don't know, but we use it all the time. But my next one, I believe, is going to be 3 bars and then probably the other one on top with it. Don't wimp on these brackets. You'll end up having to tear this thing down and put more brackets or trying to use zip ties to tighten this thing up. Use extra brackets, make sure they're tight as you go. The other thing is nice wide pedals. I don't know if you can see those, but they got the spikes on them. These are really nice pedals. I believe the brand is CXW XC. So I think that's everything I really wanted to show you on here. Again, I just don't know how we use all this stuff, but we use it, well, not everything. I hope some of this stuff I never have to use. But like I said, we go on some pretty long rides. You never know what we're coming up on. We're always popping up on something different, and it gets sketchy out there. So I think we'll go ahead and do the walk around. I'm thinking I'm going to give you guys some, at least a couple ideas on this. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm back. I think the first thing I'm going to do is show you a couple things on this table. One, used $20 Garmin GPS. I like to have it on there because I'm using my phone for so many other things. I don't want to use it for a map. And we take some long rides. We get in areas that we don't know where we're at. I just put this on. It shows, it works great for us. It's just a splitter plug. I cut half of it off. It was 2 plugs on there. Soldered this on here. So the rest of that's just a harness for Garmin. You don't see none of that. It's hid. The next thing is another car jump box. I don't think this thing will jump a car, but it works great for what I use it for. We use it for miscellaneous stuff, but mainly I got it to hook up to this light. This light works probably about 8 hours. It works about 40 hours with that. And as often as I use that light, I just never have to charge it. So 7/8 dowel rod. I had to gain some space on these handlebars. You can see I've got a lot of stuff on here. So the handlebar is actually knurled down twice in there. It drops. So this gained me 2 inches on both sides. I tried doing this and slide it out and I broke the grip. So these aren't breaking. You don't know what's in there. Solid as can be. So here's that other jump box. I don't want to jump back and forth on things. I got a couple things I want to show you on that table. So if you're going to get these mirrors for $10, get these blind spot mirrors. snap together. Then they turn into swivel. You stick them on with the tape's already on there, and you got swivel blind spots. This shows beside me about back 20 feet, I'd say, and then by the time I can see the other mirror. So I feel confident to take off out on the road if there's nothing in this mirror. This I got from AliExpress. Everything came from AliExpress or Amazon. This simply goes on the top of your frame so the chain don't scratch your frame. Pretty cool, little air pockets in there. Very durable. I haven't torn them up yet. Commercial grade paint stir. Rubber dipped it. That only goes on one side of my bike to keep this bag from going into them spokes. The other side's got brakes, everything. It's not going in there, but this one, I've seen this bag get pretty close to them spokes. That works. I think that was about it I wanted to show you on here. Okay, so let's get back to this. Large chain ring. You can probably see I blacked it all out. I just like black. I've got all of them blacked. I'll just show you something here real quick. This one turned into my Ghost Rider. I got it set up for the cats. We take our cats out for rides. Another jump box. So let's go up here to the front. So this headlight, there's the jump box. This headlight used to be up here. I dropped all of it down here. Blinkers, I had to put them blinkers on. Horns, everything, so it gives me all this room to do this. Headlight. So if you look, it's one plug. I plug that in and everything comes on except your phone, all that. Everything else is ready to go. This bag right here is all wires and a USB jump box. And then you just run it to where all the cables you want, to where you want them. This might be hard to see, but this is where the jumper cables plug in. So I wanted to show you this. Everybody, I think, knows that horn. That's a little bit different. It works. They hear me. That's like high and low tone. I don't know if you remember the old Lincolns, but they had them loud dual horns. That's what that is, basically. Backup mirror. Or I should say rear view camera. GPS. Phone holder. Again, this runs all this stuff all day long. I did a half throttle on this one. I did show you the jump box. So the other thing, these blinkers have the blue on them, but I have too much stuff on this bike. You don't see it from up here. So I made my own. Just a hard piece of foam. Got the lights, wired them in to my harness I already made for the front blinkers. So that works great. I got tired of the wife saying, "Turn your blinker off, Grandpa." So that eliminated that. Let's see. Oh, so here's another bag for the tools. These are really durable bags. I've had tools in there for 2 years getting bounced around hard, and those bags hold up pretty good too. So, well, I might as well show you this. Let me show you the bags first. Cheap bags, 20 bucks, I think, AliExpress. Might not even been that much. Then you got the rack, duffel bag. I made this out of a piece of flooring, 14 3/8 by 7 inch. That goes inside my duffel bag. Again, this has all been on here for 2 years. I'm even surprised it all holds up, but it does. So let me show you this bag while we're right here. I just flipped it inside out and put it on a box. Make it a lot easier to iron. The first one I did wasn't so easy till I figured this out. But that's basically 4 inch by 6 foot black iron-on patching. flip this inside out, this whole bottom, and up about 4 inches on both sides. I did that. It's durable, durable. On this one, where the cup holder is on the outside, I put about 6 inches there and then out onto the cup holder. I only put clothes in these side bags, but you can see this is 2 years of beating on these bags and it hasn't done anything to them. I just put clothes in there. I use everything else for, I put my air pumps, everything in the main bags. Again, cheap bag from Amazon. Break the little feet off of them so they don't stick up. Get your holes drilled in that, the bag, the board, and just put it all together at once. A little tricky getting them all lined up, but not too bad. Once you get it, it's on there forever. The other thing I didn't show you is I dipped about 50 of these bungee cords in the black dip, and I got them on all the bikes again. They come in handy. I put little zip ties up here so I had somewhere to grab them, somewhere they could put all of them on there, and we use them. So I might as well mention this. Multi-assailant pepper spray. Everybody says, oh, it's bear spray. No, it's not bear spray. Don't get bear spray. It's got pesticides in it. They regulate it different. So you can actually go to prison for this. I looked it up. So this is legal. Pepper spray, 50 bucks. Believe me, I don't want to use any of this stuff. I'm out with my wife all the time. I don't know if I told you, we get some pretty, these high mileage bikes, you don't know where you're going to end up. I've seen some sketchy stuff out there. So 50 bucks, if you have to use it, make a police report, they replace it for free. That sounds good to me. Then, so we went into a little town, probably 20 miles from here. I think it had one red light. I'm sitting at the red light with my foot on the curb, and that corner house, a German Shepherd come flying at me, barking as loud as he could bark. I just had time to grab that, act like I was going to swing it. It stopped him. I hope it stopped him, but it probably saved me from getting tore up pretty good. It was just an old baseball bat. I put the handle on it, but I don't think he wanted to get hit by that. So, I mean, he was still barking at me, but he stopped. Then, if I got more time, this is a real police baton. This thing's heavy, solid. Again, I don't want to use any of this, but I'm going to do everything I can not to be the loser if somebody wants to come up on us. And these are on all of our bikes. So my wife has the same stuff on hers, and she's not afraid to use it if something happened. That's pretty good to know. So I think that was about it. One more thing I wanted to show you. Brake free. Hope I'm not blinding you. This is the other brake light I was telling you about. This thing is so accurate. I had my wife follow me. Let me just turn this off for a second. So she followed me in the car, and I told her every time I was descending or braking. And she said this thing was very accurate. It's pretty expensive. Even that one under my bike, that one's like 50 bucks. I got that wired all into that box also. So this one, it's accurate. I mean, even descending, it works. So I am going to take a ride out and do this one and that one at the same time with my 360 camera and just see how that goes. But I think that's everything. If you have any questions, throw them down below. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And until next time.